Welcome to another episode of the Sports Bros Podcast, featuring the Almighty B-Live, the Money Man Scottie D, and your host, the head of creative, Eddie Cool. And without any further ado, let's give it up for the Sports Bros. It's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's time for another episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. It's your favorite sports podcast. And who are we? We just three bros talking sports, by the fans, for the fans, just the way you like it. And before I start my incoherent rambling like I usually do, I'm just going to introduce two of the best co-hosts in the world. Introducing first, the Almighty B-Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today? Man, oh man, this has been quite the momentous week for me. The last time that you heard me, I was a year younger, so I did a lot of celebrating this past week, and I feel it all in my. As the old folk might say, I feel it all in my bones. I feel it all in my bones. I was on the river, on the tube, getting pulled and yanked and tossed and turned. My shoulder hurt. Pulled hammy from a couple weeks ago. I don't care. I'm living my best life. And you know what? It's all good. I'm still recovering, but it is what it is. But there's certain things you just can't recover from. And that's the greatest rivalry in sports is Pittsburgh Pirates and first base. But I digress a little bit. There it is.
I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it in.
And here we go. My bad. Go ahead and introduce the other guy. And let him tell us something about his lowly Pirates.
Oh, man, coming in hot. The pride of Washington, Pennsylvania. None other than the one, the only, the man himself, the Money Man, Scottie D.
So fee, fi, fo, fum. And you're right, B-Live. Since the last time I talked to you, yet another first base gaffe for the mighty Buccas, as Ke'Bryan Hayes went deep against Walker Buehler, one of the preseason Cy Young favorites, only to not step on first base. So look out, baby, because here I come. Coming in hot. Wearing the Yankees gear tonight because the Buccas had me sick to my stomach. And B-Live, I believe you're sore, but I don't believe you got yanked. And with that in mind, let's talk some sports, my boys.
If you didn't see the video of me on the river on that tube, it's something else.
Maybe you did get yanked. Happy birthday.
I got tugged. Yeah.
And you got on Robert Kraft for that stuff, so you watch what you say.
Wow. Don't you do that.
Coming in hot.
This is a kid-friendly. I know it ain't. I lied.
Hey, didn't Robert Kraft just get a big 80th birthday celebration
himself? Shut up.
Did he get a big present or something?
Eddie, cool if you don't put us back on if you don't Amtrak this thing right now, because you know what? I'll be doggone it. I'm sorry. But why? Why? The man is a billionaire. Why would anybody buy this man a custom? What was a Bentley? Was it?
Yeah.
He can afford it himself.
Maybe they think they'll get it back in a couple years in his bill.
But why?
I don't know.
Man, yeah, you could put that money in so much better place. I need a vehicle. But you know what? Oh my Lord, Robert Kraft, permanent penalty box, and Meek Mill, you right in there with him. Mill, you in the penalty box for supporting Robert Kraft, and man, come on, bro, really? You know what? I'm good.
Train on the tracks. All right. With that being said, we're going to dive right into some playoff action, fellas. First of all, we're going to dive into the Association of the National Basketball Association, also known as the NBA, and the playoffs are starting to heat up. Well, the Suns, they bust out the broom against the Denver Nuggets as they sweep them 4-0. And the MVP, he gets ejected for trying to knife edge chop poor Cameron Payne, who ain't never this big around anyway. As we speak right now, the Jazz lead the series against the Clippers 2-1. And I think we saw, is it you, player? Is it playoff P? I think we seen playoff P finally. All right. And then meanwhile, the Bucks and the Nets in the East, that series is tied 2-2. And the 76ers lead the Atlanta Hawks 2-1. Fellas, what are our thoughts so far on these matchups and this year playoffs?
Well, I want to start off first because with the scope and the tone of the game, the modern game that is known as professional basketball right now, we saw one of the weakest calls I've ever seen in my entire life. Flagrant 2?
Mm-hmm.
Flagrant 2 in that type of game? Down 3-0 MVP of the league? You can't do that. You can't make that type of a judgment call. Yes, there are arguments on both sides that it could have been a flagrant 2. If it was the beginning of the regular season, middle of the regular season, maybe it's a flagrant 2. But in a down 3-0 playoff series, and you take the best player on the court out of the game, down 3-0, that says that it shouldn't have came down to that. Who says that the Suns still wouldn't have swept them? But you don't leave that to a judgment call, a flagrant 2. That was ridiculous. But Suns were the better team. They're clicking on all cylinders. Chris Paul, he's still my MVP anyway. But man, and the other 2 series, the big talk right now is the Brooklyn Nets down 2 of their all-stars, down 2 of the big 3. Kevin Durant, can you do it all on your own? Something he has never been asked for his entire career. He's always had somebody, whether if it was the big 3 in OKC, when he jumped ship and joined Steph Curry with the Warriors, and now in the Brooklyn Nets. He's never been asked of this, I want to say, since, I guess, what's the best place to put it? When he like on the last team that was in Seattle Supersonics, that might have been the last.
Yep.
And that was like his rookie year, so he still wasn't asked to be the premier player without like some type of quote unquote superstar help. So this would be big. This would be big. Can he do it? Can he adjust his game enough and take over? We've seen him do it before. We've seen him in bits and spurts where he can take over a game. But can he take over a series? Can he right the ship in Brooklyn? Because anything but a national a championship for them, a title, the season's a bust. I don't care, injury or no injury. The season's a bust for the Brooklyn Nets. So playoff basketball, you gotta love it. I love every bit of it. Let's get it. Let's go.
Scottie D, what are your thoughts on these here second round of the NBA playoffs?
Well, like we were talking about last week, I said we were talking who we liked going forward. I said I was liking Brooklyn and Phoenix, and things just got a lot more interesting, as Beli alluded to with the whole situation with the Nets. But Phoenix, I mean, they just look like they're getting better by the game. And what's not to like there with the youth, with the veteran leadership, and with the height? I mean, the only thing they don't really have is deep playoff experience as a team. But that might not be necessary this year, because typically you have to knock someone off who's been there before. And right now it's anyone's tournament, especially in the West with playoff P kind of, having his ups and downs again. You know, the Clippers are down 2-1 already.
Yep.
Recording Monday, and there's a 10:00 game tonight. So later on tonight, this series could be tied tomorrow when everyone's listening, or it could be a 3-1 edge for Utah. And I still think that Atlanta's not quite ready to take the next step yet. I still like Philly to come through with that. But now the door is wide open if Brooklyn doesn't get their guys back, because if the Bucks come through with that series, and that would be incredible if they did, because I was watching, they were down 2-0 in the series. And in game 3, they were up by 21 in the first quarter, and 10 minutes later, they insisted on just clanking 3 balls. And that's why I have such a hard time watching NBA, because they're just, and they end up winning that game, 86-83. I think one team shot 19%, and the other shot 20% from 3-point range. But Brooklyn losing their 2 best guys, I mean, that's why they went and got them. Like you said, they went to get them for a championship. And if they don't accomplish that, it's going to be a bust. But I still like the way Phoenix looks, man. They're an exciting team. And, I think if Harden might still come back yet, and that'll give them a boost. He's not going to play the next game, but there's still enough time in that series to get him back. I don't know if Kyrie's coming back. I mean, his ankle injury was pretty severe, from what I understand. The door could be open for Philly, but yeah, still. I mean, it's really, really wide open right now on both sides. This is. I'm as interested right now in the NBA as I have been all season, to be honest with you. And Eddie Cole, I know there were some awards and stuff that I actually don't really know a whole lot about, because I didn't watch a lot of regular season this year.
All right. So with that being said, it's time to announce the winners of the NBA awards. Of course, the Joker, he won the MVP, of course. Rudy Gobert wins his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan Clarkson, teammate of Rudy Gobert, he wins the 6th Man of the Year award.
Really? Jordan Clarkson?
Yeah, of all. Yeah,
I don't think I knew he was in the league still, but go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, Scottie D, you're right. Jordan Clarkson is still in the league, and he's a teammate on the Jazz with Rudy Gobert. Julius Randle, he wins the Most Improved Player of the Year award, and then Coach Tom.
I like him.
Yep, good kid. Coach Tom Thibodeau, he wins the Coach of the Year award for literally turning around the New York Knickerbockers. All right. Yeah. Turning the Knicks around. And then for some strange reason, we're waiting on the Rookie of the Year award. I think we got a choice between, what's his name? LaMelo Ball and Tyrese Halliburton. I forgot the 3rd guy. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And, so once again, Joker gets the MVP. Rudy Gobert wins the Defensive Player of the Year award. Jordan Clarkson gets the 6th Man. Julius Randle gets the MIP, Most Improved Player. Coach Thibodeau, he wins the Coach of the Year award for the Knicks. And we still, for some strange reason, waiting on the Rookie of the Year award.
Thibodeau probably get fired next year.
Yeah, he'll do something dumb, man. He'll
and NBA coaches, they play musical chairs. He'll probably get fired next year and coach Indiana or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, because didn't Indiana just get rid of their coach?
They seem to do that regularly.
Yeah, just a rotating and revolving door. Fellas, moving right along to the NHL playoffs, also known as the Stanley Cup Playoffs, and we're down to the Final 4. Now, of course, they're not really doing conferences this year. It's more like divisions and everything. So in one division, we got the Las Vegas Golden Knights, who B-Live mentioned as the best team in all of the National Hockey League. They faces the Montreal Canadiens, and they are the hottest team in the playoffs as of right now.
They are, but I tell you what, before you move on, not to interrupt it, but Vegas knocking off Colorado was no small feat, because Colorado was penciled in by many to be the Western representative in the Stanley Cup Finals. But this is 4 years in a row now for Vegas, and they've been to the finals, got knocked out of the first round, then last year the conference finals, now back in the conference finals, one series away from going back to the Stanley Cup for the 2nd time in 4 years of existence. That's pretty impressive. And Marc-Andre Fleury been there the whole way, so I kind of pull for him. Former Penguin. So, and Montreal back in the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since they won it in 1993. So they got to be going crazy in Canada right now.
Yep, and they also have no fans in the stands as well, too. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we got the Islanders versus the Lightning, and What's the series lead? I forgot.
1-0.
1-0
New York.
Islanders.
Okay, 1-0 New York Islanders. All right, Tampa Bay Lightning. Here we go. You got to wake up. You got to wake up.
No, they do not.
They do not be live.
No, they do not. They beat my Canes. I don't care. I'm still we still a bunch of jerks. I don't even care. Tampa Bay can suck a fat one.
Oh,
but
boy.
Wow. My bad.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah,
we are PG-13 tonight. We're PG-13.
All right, I understand that. But let me put. Can I put something in perspective real quick when it comes to these NHL Stanley Cup playoffs? Do you know right now there's a real possibility that the 7th ranked team from the Eastern Conference versus the 8th ranked team in the Western Conference could be in the Stanley Cup?
I had no idea. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
So that is a very real possibility. And right now, if I'm the Canadians right now, if I'm the Habs, they have absolutely nothing to lose. They are on a ridiculous hot streak. 7 playoff wins in a row. Like, just, man, it's one of those things where they have nothing to lose at this point in time. And here's another little small fact. With the Vegas Golden Knights, they have a 100% success rate when it comes to making the playoffs. They have been in the league for 4 years. They've made the playoffs 4 times. They make the Stanley Cup this year. It'd be the second time in 4 years, as the Money Man already said. But man, just this playoff hockey, all bets are off. You have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, Tampa Bay was 3rd ranked in their division, turned around and beat the best team in the Eastern Conference. They were hungry. They were fast. I'm just going. That hurt to say.
Oh,
but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right because my Hurricanes, they've been on tear. I believe this is their 3rd or 4th straight playoff appearance. I believe we're still building on something. We're going to be in contention next year. It's one of those things like it. We shall see tonight when the puck drops. That's about the way it comes when it comes to the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. Just wait and see.
Yeah.
Puck drop. Let's go. Let's get it. Gotta love it. Yes, sir.
Yep. And that is it for the NHL, aka the Stanley Cup playoffs, fellas. During this past week, Scottie D brought a subject to my attention, or to our attention in the group chat. So let's talk about some good old college football. All right. I know we got some spring games going on, and we probably got some summer, camp and spring training going on and everything. So, from the looks of it, college football playoffs, they're thinking about expanding to 12 teams. They're entertaining the idea. All right. And so here's what I plucked from my research department. Me. All right. The proposal is the 12-team playoff would feature the 6 highest ranked conference champions and 6 at-large teams. All right. The current playoff format has been in effect since 2014 and features just 4 teams. All right. The top 4 conference champions would receive a first-round bye, while the 8 other teams played in the first round at the home stadiums of numbers 5 through 8 teams, and then the 3 final rounds will be bowl games at neutral sites. Be Live, we know you love college football, so how do you feel about a 12-team playoff?
You're going to get the same result. I'm going to tell you this right now because I know Scottie D's he's ready to jump on me just because.
To Dabo.
Yeah, you already know, but he's going to jump on me for a different reason because I've been a proponent of the extra game in baseball. I've been a proponent of the extra team in the NFL playoff. I've been a proponent of the play-in tournament in NBA. Why would I not be a proponent of 8 additional teams?
Because you're difficult and a contrarian. But go ahead.
Here we go.
I digress.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the reason why I'm against this is simply put, the disparity between 1 through 3 and 4 through 12 is pretty much the distance between the top 3 teams and the 4 through 12 is such a huge gap. And I apologize for being just that good. But Clemson's been in the top 3 for the past 6 years. It's just, it is what it is. I'm so sorry. We just out recruit everyone. We have a better system, a better program in place. That's not going to change by putting 8 more teams in the playoff. Now, my question is this. For the 4 teams that are getting a bye, do they get extra revenue for not playing? I'm just saying. You're going to reward a 12th place team better than you're going to reward 1 through 4. I don't know.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
If
you're getting a bye week.
But
you're getting rest. Shoot. You're getting more rest.
But revenue. I'm just saying.
So what? What's that mean to me?
You literally just made this motion in the camera.
What does that mean to the? What does that mean? What does that mean to the players? They're not making any money. So what's that mean to them?
They are actually. What's the NLI name? NIL name, image, and likeness. Mm-hmm. They're gonna start making some money. But here's the thing.
But they're not going to make any more money or any less money by an extra playoff game. That doesn't affect the players. They don't have a salary.
Well, understandably so. But travel expenses, I don't know. There's all kinds of factors. I'm gonna take it away from that part. I just wanted to make that point that it's not like the bye week. Congratulations, you're not playing, but are you getting the same amount of the ultimate pool of money that's coming in? Is there going to be more money for the championship team? Is there going to be more money for the conferences when you make it to 12 games? Then maybe I could see it, but you're still, at the end of the day, I don't care how you put it. Just look at the history. 1 through 3 and 4 through 12. There's only been one time there's been an exception. That was Alabama.
Let me ask you this question. Last year, Trevor Lawrence got COVID. What if he'd have got really sick and missed 4 weeks and Clemson would have lost 2, and then he's healthy at the end of the season? Would you still think they were one of the best 3 teams in the league or in college football?
Here's the thing.
Because they would have been, but they
would. No. You asked me a question. You're gonna give me a chance to answer it. No, you just don't give me no rhetoricals. No. That's not how any of this.
Okay, all right. Tell me.
If Trevor got sick, got COVID, we'd have lost 2 or 3 games. We would not been one of the top 4 teams in the league. We don't deserve a chance. At the end of the year, they may have been one of the 4 best teams in the league. Once he comes back, it's based on record. It's based on record.
Right, I'm not
going to play both. I'm not going to play both sides of the fence.
Now the record's going to allow a team back into this conversation instead of getting.
You do realize you're being an oxymoron to yourself, because the same argument you're making right now is the same argument about the NBA that you hated just a couple of weeks ago. So which one is it? I already admitted to it. So you say,
the NBA is allowing the 9th team under 500 into the playoffs. A team that's 9th in the conference. We're talking about 12 out of 100 teams, and one team. Nobody under 500 is getting into this playoff. I can promise you that.
Of course not.
Nobody under 500. That's apples and oranges you're comparing this to. What we're doing here is allowing more teams an opportunity. You're going to give a team a home playoff game on a college campus. That's never been done before. How exciting is that going to be? Sign me up for that. I want to watch that.
And once again, the top 4 teams in the country don't get that luxury.
So what? They're going to be playing.
What do you mean, so what? You're talking about millions of dollars of local revenue that you're not going to have. That makes no sense.
This hasn't even been ironed out yet. This decision's not even been made. You think they're not going to get a piece of the pie? They're going to get a piece of the pie. I can promise you.
Local revenue is everything. Local revenue is everything.
Okay, well then
they need to re-iron
the 5 spot. Tan can take the 5 spot.
Jesus Lord.
Don't take the bye week. Don't take the extra time. the top 4 are getting a bye week. They're going to be happy with that. I promise you. These extra games are going to give somebody a home playoff game that is going to be exciting and deserved. They don't deserve the bye week. You have to play an extra game. You're not guaranteed to win at home.
Extra home, quote unquote, playoff game. You might as well, once again, I've made this argument so many times, throw away the conference championship. Throw it all the way away.
Throw it away. Then. Throw it away. I don't care. Let's play the playoffs. This is better.
You think this is better?
Absolutely. You got 68 teams play for a championship in college basketball. Obviously, you can't do that with football. And that's the way this is going to be designed, to have more teams given a chance. First round upsets in college basketball are so exciting. People love that. Now you're giving some other team an opportunity, just an opportunity. They're probably not going to beat Alabama and Clemson, but you're giving them an opportunity now to play for something more than just the Liberty Bowl or a Tire Bowl, Continental Tire. You're giving them more opportunity. There's more to play for now, and more teams are going to be excited. If they would have said we're going to take a 16-team playoff and have one play 16, nobody's getting by. Good. Give me that too. Give me some play. I've been begging for playoffs since I was about 14 years old, and now we're finally getting them. Give me 6. Fine, but I'd take 6, because for years I said, give me 4 and I'd be happy. And we've had 4, and guess what? It worked. And so now we're going to expand. We're going to do 12. Give me 12. Give me these extra opportunities for other schools to get involved with something more meaningful than settling for a bowl game. I mean, these bowl games, teams under 500 are making bowl games. The bowl system doesn't mean anything anymore. It's making the top 4. And if you're out, you get like maybe one of those other, whatever they call those other big bowl games that rotate in. But now you're going to have more to play for more teams. And I'm good with that, man. Sign me up.
The reason
Let's go Pitt.
Yeah, not happening. Anyway, what you're doing? This is what you're doing. 12 is.
I'm making many. A ton of sense of what I'm making. That's what I'm doing.
12 is too many. Give me 6, and I'm gonna tell you why. Give me your 5 conference championships, and you give me that one group of 5 team, the best group of 5 team. Give them that chance. The conferences are set up the way they are set up. There's no reason. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's going to happen. Exactly what's going to happen. The SEC is going to have 4, maybe 5 teams in the playoff. It's going to. There's really almost no purpose of having a regular season if it's going to be just that way, because it's already biased as is.
I don't think that's how they're going to set it up. I think they're going to set it up. There's going to be 6 at large. They're going to set it up to have. So if you have one of these teams that, like Coastal Carolina, who goes undefeated, and everyone says they're only undefeated because they had a weak schedule. Well, now we'll find out if they can compete, because Coastal Carolina would probably
be the one at large.
Coming.
That would be
they would be in at large.
Yep. But it's still.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
It's still going to be set up where they're only going to allow 1 at large. I can guarantee that's exactly how it's going to be set up. That's how they're going to have the ranking system. Right now, with 12 teams right now, you're going to have the second place Pac-12 team in football playing an extra game.
Maybe.
For what? They haven't deserved to have 1 team in the
Maybe
playoff.
Hawaii will go 14-0 and Hawaii gets in. Maybe. We don't know. We don't know.
Oh boy! With that being said, we're gonna put a cap on that, you guys, because you guys are hot and heavy on this topic.
I know. I'm sorry, Be Live, to embarrass you like that. Well, let's move
embarrass
on.
me? What?
Great.
Say
topic.
what?
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna go easy on you the rest of the
I'm
episode.
gonna leave this up to the listeners. I want to hear from the listeners. I need to hear this more than anything else in the world. What do you think about 12 team, 16, 14? What? Input your own opinion. Please hit us in the comments. I need to hear this right here, because I know I'm making way more sense than the money man. Get out of here with this. You gotta be kidding me.
I'll go easy the rest of the episode on you.
Yeah, whatever. No. Hit me with your best shot. Something my bad.
All right, please let us know something to the listeners. Drop it off in the comment box, however you want to give it to us. All right, so fellas, we had UFC 263, and it was action-packed. All right, Scottie D, real quick, tell us what you thought about it.
Well, I thought that Israel Adesanya reestablished himself as maybe the best pound for pound with all apologies to Kamaru Usman, but Israel Adesanya went and pitched a shutout against Marvin Vettori the other night. We weren't sure how he's going to react because he moved up to it was a light heavyweight against Jan Blachowicz earlier in the year and lost that fight. So now he moved back down and pitched a shutout. He was never in danger. It was 50-45 on every card, and it should have been. That was actually probably the least exciting fight that was on the main card. Probably the most exciting was, for me personally, was Nate Diaz. I'm a big Nate Diaz fan, and he went through 4 rounds of just posturing and goofing off and not getting serious and getting his butt kicked by Leon Edwards and still almost won the fight. The most exciting moment of the night was when he darn near knocked Leon Edwards out. And personally, I thought he let him off the hook. He pointed at him. He stung him, rattled his cage, wobbled his knees, and he pointed at him before pressing the action. And then we had the new champion, Brandon Moreno and Davison Figueroa. And again, we were talking the other night. Figueroa had a tough weight cut, and we had a new champion there. At, what was that? Lightweight, strawweight, whatever that was. Whatever those little fellows, flyweight, yeah,
flyweight.
Those little fellows are.
But yeah,
but Be Live, we had another can barely look moment.
Oh my goodness! Oh my Lord! Whoever that referee was, he should not be working UFC because the dude's arm was flapping to the point where it looked like he was tapping out, but he had no control over his arm because all the ligaments and everything that is associated with the elbow were just gone. But long story short, freaking Stylebender, great. Brandon Moreno, love it. I almost jerked a tear. Leon Edwards, he handled his business. He got rocked late, but Nate Diaz, the best defense he had was taunting. But it is what it is at this point. So, man, that UFC card is great. Freaking, I'm
what a hot crowd too in Phoenix. That crowd was that. I mean, we really enjoyed watching UFC last year when there was no other sports on, and they were at least competing, in the empty arenas. But man, it fires you up so much to see how hot it's like these crowds have bottled this up for a whole year. And they were in Phoenix, I believe, the other night, right? That's where the fight was. And man, there was so much energy and excitement. When Nate Diaz walked into the cage, I thought the roof was going to come off. They just were the crowd is so much behind us. He's like the anti-hero. He's like the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the UFC, a guy who's not afraid to flick off his boss and tell everyone to stick it in. And people love this guy. Him and his brother, they love him. And it would have been nice if Hitman would get a win, but Leon Edwards was definitely the superior guy, the superior fighter when it came down to actually getting in the cage and getting it done. I didn't realize Leon Edwards was as big as he is. I guess because I know how I've seen Nate Diaz stack up against other guys in the cage. I was surprised he was so much bigger than Nate. And I mean, I kind of had an outcome on the fight because Nate wasn't really hurting him until right there towards the end. He was just kind of imposing his will. But another fantastic fight card, and Leon Edwards might get the next crack at Kamaru Usman, which sign me up for that. I'd love to see that fight.
Yep, sign us up for that. And fellas, guess what? You can sign us up for as well too.
Tell me.
What is it?
It's that time once again for our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. And with that being said, hey, yo, Button, hit it.